Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about the extraordinary ways in which God works in our lives. He is a God of possibilities, a God who opens doors we never even knew existed. When you align yourself with His purpose and listen to His voice, you'll start to notice signs indicating that He is at work, ready to unveil blessings beyond your wildest dreams. Unexplained opportunities are often the most powerful indicators that God is at work in our lives, manifesting blessings we never anticipated. When we align ourselves with His purpose, we begin to notice these unexpected openings that seem perfectly crafted for our growth and success. These opportunities come in various forms, and their arrival can feel like a gentle nudge from the divine, urging us to step out of our comfort zones and embrace what is being presented to us. Imagine a time in your life when you felt stuck, perhaps in a job that no longer fulfilled you or in a relationship that seemed to go nowhere. You might have been praying for guidance, seeking clarity about your next steps, feeling a sense of urgency for change, but unsure of what that change would look like. Suddenly, out of nowhere, an unexpected opportunity presents itself. It could be a job offer that perfectly aligns with your skills and passions, an invitation to collaborate on a project that excites you, or even a chance meeting with someone who opens doors you didn't even know existed. These moments can feel surreal, as if they were orchestrated specifically for you, pulling you towards your purpose. What's essential to understand is that these opportunities often come when we least expect them. We may have been waiting for a sign, feeling the weight of our current circumstances, and suddenly life shifts dramatically. God knows the desires of our hearts and sees the potential within us. When the time is right, He makes a way for us that we couldn't have envisioned on our own. This is where faith plays a crucial role. It requires us to believe that something greater is in store for us, even when the situation seems dire or stagnant. When faced with these unexplained opportunities, we must be willing to take risks. God does not typically place open doors in our path for us to merely stand in front of them. He wants us to walk through. This is where courage is essential. It is not uncommon to feel a mix of excitement and fear when we encounter such opportunities. We may question our abilities, our readiness, or even whether we truly deserve the blessing that is being offered. Yet, it's important to recognize that these opportunities are manifestations of God's grace. They are not coincidences, they are divine alignments that call us to step into our calling. As we navigate these moments, we can find reassurance in knowing that we are not alone. God equips us with everything we need to fulfill the purpose He has set before us. The sudden favor we experience, the divine connections we make, and the circumstances that align in our favor are all part of a larger narrative, one that He has been crafting since the beginning of time. Each opportunity is a stepping stone toward our destiny, urging us to trust in the process. Often these opportunities also come with challenges. They may require us to leave behind what is familiar or comfortable, forcing us to confront our fears and insecurities. However, it is essential to view these challenges as part of the journey rather than obstacles. God is not just opening doors for us, He is preparing us to walk through them. Each step we take, no matter how small, is a testament to our faith and willingness to embrace what He has planned for us. The beauty of unexplained opportunities lies not only in their arrival, but also in the transformation they catalyze within us. As we respond to God's call and embrace these openings, we begin to discover strengths and abilities we never knew we possessed. We gain confidence in our capacity to navigate new terrains, which can inspire others around us. When we share our stories of stepping into the unknown, we encourage those who may be hesitant to take their own leaps of faith. Recognizing and seizing these unexplained opportunities can lead us to a life richer in purpose and fulfillment. It reminds us that we are part of something greater than ourselves. Each door that opens is an invitation to experience God's love, guidance, and favor. It is a powerful reminder that we are cherished and that our lives are designed for greatness. As we learn to trust the process and step into these opportunities, we find ourselves increasingly aligned with the destiny God has prepared for us, discovering a life filled with purpose, joy, and the thrill of the unknown. Sudden favor is a remarkable sign that God is actively opening doors in our lives, manifesting blessings and opportunities that we might never have anticipated. This favor often appears in ways that can only be described as extraordinary, illuminating the paths before us and guiding us toward our destiny. When God grants us sudden favor, we may find ourselves in situations where things just seem to fall into place. Relationships flourish unexpectedly, doors that once seemed shut swing wide open, and resources appear at precisely the right moment, leading us to places we never imagined we could go. Consider a scenario where you are pursuing a dream or a goal, perhaps a job that seems just out of reach. You submit an application feeling hopeful but uncertain. Days pass, and then out of the blue, you receive a call. The hiring manager has decided to meet you, drawn by something in your application that resonates with their vision. This sudden interest feels like a nudge from God, guiding you toward what is meant to be. It's not just that your qualifications were noticed, it's as if the universe conspired to place you in the right spot at the right time. Sudden favor often comes with an accompanying sense of peace. You might find that you're less anxious about the future, filled instead with an unshakable assurance that you are in alignment with God's plan. This peace is a direct reflection of God's presence in your life, reassuring you that you are moving in the right direction. When we experience favor, we feel a divine affirmation of our worth and potential, which can transform our perspective. No longer do we see ourselves as unworthy or ill-equipped. Instead, we recognize that we are heirs to His promises, deserving of the blessings He bestows upon us. Moreover, sudden favor frequently manifests in relationships. You might find yourself surrounded by individuals who uplift, encourage, and believe in your potential. These connections are divinely orchestrated, often leading to partnerships and collaborations that propel you further toward your goals. It is not uncommon to hear stories of people who meet a mentor at a pivotal moment in their lives, someone who sees their potential and chooses to invest in them. These moments of favor remind us that we are never alone on our journey. God often places key individuals in our path to help guide us, encourage us, and open new doors. The effects of sudden favor extend beyond our personal lives. They ripple into the lives of those around us. When we receive God's favor, it inspires others to pursue their dreams and trust in their journeys. Our stories of unexpected blessings become testimonies of what is possible when we walk in faith and align ourselves with God's purpose. As we share our experiences, we become vessels of encouragement, demonstrating that God is indeed at work in the lives of His people. However, it's important to recognize that sudden favor does not mean a life free from challenges. In fact, these moments often come hand in hand with trials and tribulations that test our faith and resolve. God uses these situations to refine us, preparing us to handle the blessings He has in store. When we encounter obstacles, it can be tempting to doubt our worthiness of God's favor or to question the path we are on. Yet it is during these times that we must lean into our faith, reminding ourselves of the promises God has made to us. Sudden favor can also require us to step out of our comfort zones and take bold actions that may feel daunting. For instance, you may find yourself in a position of leadership that challenges you to grow in ways you never anticipated. The favor that has been bestowed upon you comes with responsibilities that stretch your abilities and compel you to rise to new heights. In these moments, it is crucial to remember that God equips those He calls. When He opens a door, He also provides the tools necessary for us to thrive within that new environment. As we embrace the sudden favor in our lives, we learn to trust in God's timing and divine orchestration. It teaches us to remain open to the unexpected and to see the beauty in each opportunity that presents itself. By cultivating an attitude of gratitude and awareness, we position ourselves to receive even more of His favor. This recognition not only deepens our relationship with God, but also heightens our sensitivity to the signs and messages He places in our lives. Through the lens of sudden favor, we begin to see that God is not a distant figure. He is intimately involved in the details of our lives, actively working to fulfill His promises. This understanding shifts our perspective, allowing us to view life's challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. As we navigate our journeys, let us remain open to the sudden favor that God offers, embracing the doors He opens and trusting that He has a greater plan for us than we could ever imagine. Divine connections are a significant sign that God is opening doors in our lives. These connections often come unexpectedly and can lead to transformative experiences, guiding us toward our purpose in profound ways. When we talk about divine connections, we refer to those relationships and encounters that seem to be orchestrated by a higher power, introducing us to individuals who play pivotal roles in our journeys. God has a way of placing specific people in our lives at precisely the right moment, providing support, mentorship, and inspiration that can significantly impact our paths. Imagine pursuing a dream or a goal, perhaps a career change or a new venture, feeling a sense of uncertainty about how to proceed. In the midst of this uncertainty, you meet someone who has already walked the path you are considering. This person may share valuable insights, offer guidance, or connect you with others who can help you along the way. These divine connections are often characterized by a sense of familiarity and resonance. You feel as if you've known this person for much longer than you actually have. There's a shared understanding, a mutual vision, and a bond that transcends the ordinary, revealing the hand of God at work. When we encounter divine connections, it's essential to recognize their significance. These individuals often serve as catalysts for our growth, pushing us to step outside our comfort zones and encouraging us to pursue our God-given potential. They may challenge our thinking, broaden our perspectives, or inspire us to take bold action. God often uses these connections to sharpen our skills and to prepare us for the opportunities He has in store. When we surround ourselves with people who uplift us, our confidence and determination grow, allowing us to pursue our dreams with renewed vigor. Furthermore, divine connections are not limited to those who share our aspirations or interests. Sometimes God places people in our lives who may seem vastly different from us, yet they provide invaluable lessons and insights. These relationships teach us the importance of diversity, empathy, and understanding. By engaging with individuals who have different backgrounds or perspectives, we expand our horizons and deepen our capacity for compassion and connection. God often uses these interactions to teach us about love, humility, and the beauty of His creation. As we cultivate these divine connections, it's vital to approach them with an open heart and mind. Each encounter carries the potential to reveal something new about ourselves and our purpose. By being present in the moment and genuinely engaging with those we meet, we create space for God to work through us and within us. It is through these meaningful interactions that we often find clarity regarding our paths and the next steps we need to take. In addition to personal growth, divine connections can also lead to unexpected opportunities. When we connect with someone, we may gain access to networks, resources, or insights that we otherwise would not have encountered. A chance meeting with the right person can lead to a job offer, a collaboration on a project, or an invitation to an event that opens new doors. God uses these connections to weave a tapestry of relationships that support and uplift us, guiding us toward our destiny. However, we must remain mindful of the importance of nurturing these relationships. Divine connections require effort, communication, and mutual support. It is not enough to simply recognize them, we must invest in them. This can mean being available to lend a listening ear, offering our skills or expertise, or simply being present in someone's life when they need encouragement. God calls us to be conduits of His love and grace, and that often means being a blessing to those we encounter. Additionally, we should approach these connections with gratitude. Acknowledging that they are part of God's divine plan allows us to appreciate their impact on our lives. When we recognize the hand of God in our relationships, we develop a deeper sense of trust in His guidance and provision. We begin to understand that He is actively involved in every aspect of our lives, leading us toward our purpose through the people He places in our paths. In moments of doubt or uncertainty, it is essential to remember that God is constantly working behind the scenes, orchestrating connections that will guide us toward our destiny. As we navigate our journeys, let us remain open to the divine connections that come our way. By embracing these relationships and recognizing their significance, we align ourselves with God's plan, allowing Him to lead us toward opportunities and blessings beyond our wildest dreams. Shifted desires are a powerful indication that God is opening doors in our lives. Often we have our own plans and aspirations, but as we grow in faith and align ourselves with God's will, we may find our desires changing in ways we never expected. This transformation is not merely a coincidence, it is a divine reorientation that reflects God's purpose for us. When our desires shift, it can signify that God is guiding us toward a path that better aligns with His plan for our lives, leading us to opportunities that we might not have considered previously. Consider a time when you were fervently pursuing a goal that seemed important to you. Perhaps it was a career path, a relationship, or a personal achievement. You poured your heart and soul into this pursuit, believing it was your calling. However, as time passed, you began to feel a stirring within you, a nagging sense that what you once wanted no longer resonated with your heart. This feeling can be unsettling, especially if it means letting go of something you've invested in deeply. Yet, it is often in these moments of discomfort that God is at work, gently redirecting your path towards something greater. The shift in desire can manifest in various ways. You may find yourself losing interest in pursuits that once captivated you, feeling unfulfilled despite achieving certain milestones. But conversely, you may suddenly develop a passion for something entirely new, a desire to serve in a ministry, to start a business, or to pursue a creative endeavor. This newfound passion can feel exhilarating, igniting a fire within you that drives you forward. It is essential to recognize that this shift is not a loss, it is an opportunity to discover and embrace your true calling. As we navigate these changes, it is crucial to remain open to the possibility that God knows us better than we know ourselves. He understands our gifts, talents, and the unique ways we are designed to contribute to the world. When our desires shift, it often aligns us with the gifts and strengths we possess, allowing us to fulfill our potential in ways we never thought possible. This divine guidance can lead us to unexpected doors that, once opened, reveal a path filled with purpose and joy. It is also important to approach these shifted desires with prayer and reflection. Seeking God's guidance during these transitional moments allows us to discern His will for our lives. Through prayer, we can clarify our thoughts and feelings, asking God to reveal His plans and intentions. This process helps us understand that our desires should not only reflect our personal interests, but should also align with God's greater purpose for us and those around us. In seeking His guidance, we cultivate a deeper relationship with God, learning to trust in His plan and timing. Moreover, when our desires shift, it is common to experience fear and uncertainty. Letting go of a goal we once held dear can feel daunting, as we may question whether we are making the right choice. However, it is essential to remember that God's plans are always for our good. He knows the end from the beginning, and when we surrender our desires to Him, we open ourselves to a journey of discovery and fulfillment. By stepping into the unknown, we allow God to lead us to new opportunities that align with His perfect will. In addition to personal growth, shifted desires can lead to a sense of freedom and peace. When we align our desires with God's purpose, we begin to experience a release from the pressure of striving for things that no longer serve us. This shift often brings clarity and direction, helping us focus on what truly matters. We find ourselves more willing to take risks, embrace change, and pursue opportunities that bring us joy and fulfillment. The beauty of shifted desires lies in the way they connect us with our true selves. As we allow God to shape our aspirations, we often uncover passions and callings that resonate deeply within us. These newfound desires can lead us to communities, projects, and relationships that inspire and uplift us, creating a sense of belonging and purpose. We begin to realize that God has designed us for specific roles, and when we embrace our shifted desires, we can fully step into those roles with confidence. Recognizing and embracing shifted desires is a vital aspect of our spiritual journey. It reminds us that God is actively working in our lives, guiding us toward opportunities that align with our true purpose. By being open to these changes, we position ourselves to receive the blessings He has in store for us. As we navigate this transformative process, we learn to trust in God's plan, embrace new possibilities, and step boldly into the doors He opens before us. Unexplainable blessings serve as a profound sign that God is opening doors in our lives. These blessings often arrive unexpectedly and defy our understanding, showcasing God's favor and grace in ways we could never have anticipated. When we encounter unexplainable blessings, it's a clear indication that God is at work, orchestrating events to align with His divine purpose for us. These moments can be transformative, bringing joy, peace, and a renewed sense of hope that reaffirms our faith in God's provision. Imagine a time when you faced a challenge that seemed insurmountable. Perhaps you were struggling financially, dealing with health issues, or navigating a difficult situation in your relationships. In the midst of this turmoil, something remarkable happens: an unexpected financial windfall, a sudden opportunity that alleviates your burden, or a chance encounter that leads to a solution you had not considered. These unexplainable blessings can appear in various forms, and they often come at the most critical moments, reminding us that God is intimately involved in our lives and aware of our needs. The essence of unexplainable blessings lies in their unexpected nature. They do not follow the conventional paths we might expect. Instead, they arrive like gifts from heaven, catching us off guard and prompting us to reflect on their significance. When we experience such blessings, it is essential to pause and recognize that it's the hand of God at work. These moments serve as reminders of His goodness, love, and faithfulness, reinforcing our trust in His plans. Moreover, unexplainable blessings often serve to strengthen our faith. When we receive a blessing that we cannot explain logically or rationally, it invites us to acknowledge God's sovereignty in our lives. We begin to understand that while we may face challenges and uncertainties, God is always at work behind the scenes, orchestrating circumstances for our good. This realization can transform our perspective, encouraging us to rely more fully on Him in times of need and uncertainty. Additionally, these blessings can inspire gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose. When we experience an unexplainable blessing, it prompts us to reflect on our journey and the ways in which God has been present in our lives. This reflection cultivates a heart of gratitude, reminding us of the countless ways we have been cared for and supported. As we acknowledge God's provision, we become more attuned to the blessings that surround us daily, fostering a deeper appreciation for the gifts we often take for granted. Unexplainable blessings also have the power to create ripple effects in the lives of others. When we share our stories of unexpected favor, we inspire those around us to recognize the hand of God in their own lives. Our testimonies become sources of hope and encouragement, demonstrating that God is still in the business of performing miracles and providing for His people. These stories of unexplainable blessings remind us that we are not alone in our struggles. We are part of a larger community of faith where God is continually at work. Furthermore, it is essential to recognize that unexplainable blessings often come with a call to action. When we receive an unexpected gift or opportunity, it invites us to consider how we can use it to bless others. God does not bless us merely for our own benefit. He blesses us so that we may be a blessing to those around us. This can take many forms, whether through acts of kindness, financial support, or simply sharing our knowledge and experiences. When we respond to God's blessings with a heart of generosity, we participate in the divine exchange of grace, creating a cycle of blessing that extends beyond ourselves. In navigating the realm of unexplainable blessings, we must also remain vigilant and discerning. While we celebrate the good that comes our way, we should also be aware of the responsibilities that accompany such blessings. God often entrusts us with gifts and opportunities to test our character and deepen our faith. It is crucial to approach these moments with humility, recognizing that we are stewards of what has been given to us. By remaining grounded and focused on our purpose, we can ensure that our blessings serve a greater good. Unexplainable blessings are a testament to God's faithfulness and love. They remind us that we are not alone in our struggles and that God is actively working to provide for our needs, often in ways we could never have imagined. As we embrace these blessings and seek to understand their significance, we align ourselves with God's purpose and open ourselves to the possibilities that lie ahead. Each unexplainable blessing is an invitation to grow in faith, to trust in His goodness, and to become vessels of His grace in the world. Increased faith is a profound indicator that God is opening doors in our lives. As we encounter challenges and opportunities, our faith is often tested and refined, leading us to deeper trust in God's plans and purposes. When we experience an increase in faith, it becomes evident that God is actively working within us, guiding us toward the doors He has prepared. This journey of faith is not always easy. It requires us to step out of our comfort zones, confront our doubts, and embrace the unknown. Yet it is through this process that we grow closer to God and become more attuned to His leading. Consider a time when you faced a significant challenge or a decision that left you feeling uncertain. Perhaps you were presented with an opportunity that felt daunting or overwhelming, and you hesitated to take the leap. However, as you prayed and sought God's guidance, you began to feel a stirring in your spirit, a quiet assurance that you were meant to pursue this path. This increase in faith often comes when we choose to trust God, even when we cannot see the entire picture. It's in those moments that we discover our reliance on Him grows, fostering a deeper relationship that enables us to face our fears head on. The journey of increased faith often unfolds in stages. Initially, we may feel apprehensive, grappling with doubts and uncertainties. Yet, as we take small steps of obedience, whether through prayer, action, or surrender, we begin to experience God's faithfulness in tangible ways. These small victories, whether in personal growth or external circumstances, serve as building blocks for our faith. We learn to recognize the patterns of God's provision and guidance in our lives, which in turn emboldens us to take greater leaps of faith in the future. Moreover, increased faith often leads to a profound sense of peace. As we learn to trust God more fully, we find ourselves less consumed by worry and anxiety. Instead of fixating on potential obstacles, we begin to focus on God's promises and His ability to provide for our needs. This peace becomes a guiding force, allowing us to move forward with confidence, knowing that we are in alignment with God's will. It is not uncommon to hear stories of individuals who, in the face of uncertainty, chose to step out in faith and subsequently experienced a profound sense of calm that affirmed their decision. Additionally, increased faith can lead to an expanded vision for our lives. When we begin to trust God more deeply, we often find that our dreams and aspirations start to shift. We may feel compelled to pursue goals that align more closely with God's purpose, leading us to opportunities that we might have previously overlooked. This shift in vision is essential, as it allows us to see beyond our immediate circumstances and embrace the bigger picture of what God is doing in our lives. The impact of increased faith extends beyond our personal experiences. It can influence those around us as well. When we walk in faith, our actions and decisions become testimonies of God's faithfulness. Others take notice of our unwavering trust, and it inspires them to seek a deeper relationship with God. Our stories of faith can encourage friends, family, and even strangers to take their own steps of faith, creating a ripple effect that spreads hope and inspiration throughout our communities. However, it's important to recognize that increased faith often requires us to confront our fears. As we step out in obedience, we may encounter obstacles that challenge our resolve. These moments can be difficult, but they are also opportunities for growth. When we face our fears and choose to trust God despite the uncertainty, we strengthen our faith and develop resilience. Each challenge we overcome becomes a testament to God's faithfulness and a reminder that we are capable of navigating the storms of life with His guidance. Increased faith is also a process that requires patience. As we seek to grow in our trust of God, we must remember that spiritual growth takes time. There may be moments when we feel discouraged or doubt our ability to hear God's voice. During these times, it is crucial to return to prayer and Scripture, allowing God's truth to refresh and renew our spirits. By anchoring ourselves in His Word, we find strength to persevere and continue growing in faith. Increased faith is a transformative experience that reveals the depth of our relationship with God. It opens doors to new opportunities, deepens our understanding of His character, and equips us to face the challenges that lie ahead. As we embrace this journey of faith, we learn to trust in God's timing, His provision, and His plans for our lives. Each step we take in faith is a testament to our willingness to follow God's lead, trusting that He is opening doors we never imagined possible. Unforeseen confirmations act as significant indicators that God is opening doors in our lives. These confirmations can manifest as signs, messages, or events that align with our prayers and desires, serving to reassure us that we are on the right path. When we experience unforeseen confirmations, they often come at critical junctures in our journeys, reinforcing our faith and encouraging us to continue moving forward with confidence. This divine reassurance reminds us that God is intimately involved in our lives, guiding us through circumstances that may initially seem random, but ultimately hold profound significance. Consider a time when you were faced with a major decision or were uncertain about the direction you should take. You may have prayed earnestly for guidance, seeking clarity and affirmation of your next steps. In response to your prayers, you may have encountered a message in a sermon, a passage of scripture that stood out to you, or even a conversation with a friend that seemed to confirm what you were feeling in your heart. These unforeseen confirmations often come as a gentle nudge from God, reminding us that He hears our cries for help and is actively working to guide us. The beauty of unforeseen confirmations lies in their personal nature. God knows each of us intimately, and He understands the unique ways we need reassurance. What may serve as a confirmation for one person might not hold the same meaning for another. This personal touch makes the experience all the more profound. When we recognize these confirmations as God's handiwork, it deepens our sense of connection to Him and strengthens our resolve to follow His lead. Moreover, unforeseen confirmations often come when we least expect them. Just when we may be feeling doubt or uncertainty, God orchestrates circumstances that serve to reassure us. This timing is no coincidence. It demonstrates God's perfect timing and His commitment to guiding us along our paths. When we are attuned to these moments, we learn to trust that God is actively involved in our lives, even in times of waiting or confusion. Each confirmation we receive reinforces our faith, reminding us that we are not alone in our journey. As we navigate the complexities of life, it is crucial to remain open and receptive to these unforeseen confirmations. They can come in various forms: a song that resonates deeply with our situation, a message from a friend that aligns perfectly with our thoughts, or a moment of inspiration that reveals a new perspective. When we remain aware and attentive, we can recognize these moments for what they are: God's gentle nudges toward our purpose. In addition, unforeseen confirmations serve to strengthen our resolve. When we receive affirmation that aligns with our prayers and desires, we often find renewed energy and motivation to pursue our goals. These moments of confirmation instill confidence in our decision-making, empowering us to take action. It is as if God is saying, yes, you are on the right track, continue moving forward. This encouragement propels us to embrace the opportunities that lie ahead, knowing that we are walking in alignment with God's will. Furthermore, unforeseen confirmations can also foster a sense of community. When we share our experiences of divine confirmation with others, we create spaces for dialogue and encouragement. These stories serve as testimonies of God's faithfulness, inspiring others to recognize His hand at work in their lives. Our experiences of confirmation can prompt discussions about faith, doubt, and the ways God speaks to us, building a sense of solidarity among those who seek to follow Him. However, it is essential to exercise discernment when interpreting these confirmations. Not every feeling or coincidence is a direct message from God. We must remain grounded in prayer and scripture, ensuring that our interpretations align with God's character and truth. By anchoring ourselves in His Word, we gain clarity and wisdom, allowing us to discern the significance of the confirmations we encounter. In moments of doubt or uncertainty, it is crucial to reflect on the confirmations we have received in the past. Keeping a journal of these experiences can be a valuable practice, serving as a reminder of God's faithfulness in our lives. When we revisit these moments, we can draw strength from the knowledge that God has been with us every step of the way, guiding us through the highs and lows of our journeys. Unforeseen confirmations are a testament to God's love and involvement in our lives. They remind us that we are not navigating our paths alone. God is actively orchestrating events to guide and reassure us. Each confirmation serves as an invitation to deepen our faith and trust in His plans, reinforcing the belief that He is opening doors we never imagined possible. As we remain open to these divine messages, we align ourselves with God's purpose and step boldly into the opportunities He has prepared for us. Increased passion is a compelling sign that God is opening doors in our lives. When we experience a surge of enthusiasm and excitement for a particular purpose, project, or calling, it often indicates that God is at work aligning our hearts with His divine vine. This newfound passion can ignite a fire within us, propelling us forward and inspiring us to take action in ways we may never have considered before. It is through this increased passion that we become more attuned to the opportunities God places before us, empowering us to embrace our calling with vigor and determination. Think back to a time when you felt an overwhelming sense of passion for a cause or goal. Perhaps you discovered a desire to serve your community, to pursue a new career path, or to create something meaningful. This passionate energy often feels exhilarating, as if you are tapping into something greater than yourself. It can be invigorating, providing clarity and motivation that drives you to take bold steps forward. This heightened sense of purpose is a clear indication that God is opening doors for you to fulfill His plans. Increased passion often comes with a sense of urgency. When God is stirring our hearts, we may feel a compelling drive to act swiftly. This urgency can serve as a motivator, prompting us to seek out opportunities and take risks we might otherwise avoid. We find ourselves stepping outside our comfort zones, willing to confront challenges and obstacles in pursuit of what we believe God is calling us to do. This willingness to act on our passions is a testament to the faith and trust we have in God's guidance. Moreover, the presence of increased passion often leads to a sense of joy and fulfillment. When we align ourselves with our God-given purpose, we experience a profound sense of satisfaction and contentment. Our work becomes a source of joy rather than a burden, and we find ourselves energized by the tasks we undertake. This joy can be contagious, inspiring those around us and encouraging them to pursue their passions as well. When we embrace our calling with enthusiasm, we create an environment where others feel encouraged to do the same. Increased passion can also lead to greater creativity and innovation. When we are passionate about something, we often think outside the box and explore new ideas. This creative energy allows us to approach problems from different angles and discover unique solutions. God uses our passions to fuel our creativity, leading us to develop new skills and insights that can enhance our contributions to the world around us. This creative aspect of passion is vital, as it reflects the image of our Creator, who is inherently creative and innovative. Additionally, increased passion can strengthen our resilience in the face of challenges. When we are passionate about our pursuits, we are more likely to persevere through setbacks and difficulties. Our passion serves as a driving force, motivating us to keep pushing forward even when obstacles arise. This resilience is essential in our spiritual journey, as it reflects our trust in God's plans and our commitment to fulfilling our purpose. We learn to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. Furthermore, increased passion often leads to meaningful connections with others. When we pursue our passions, we are more likely to attract like-minded individuals who share our interests and values. These connections can foster a sense of community and support, providing us with encouragement and inspiration as we pursue our goals. God often brings people into our lives to collaborate with us on our journey, helping us to grow and develop in ways we might not have anticipated. It is important to remain open and discerning as we navigate our increased passion. While passion can be a powerful motivator, it is essential to ensure that our pursuits align with God's will and purpose for our lives. Taking time for prayer and reflection allows us to seek God's guidance, helping us to discern whether our passions are truly aligned with His plans. This process of discernment ensures that our enthusiasm is rooted in a desire to serve and honor God rather than simply pursuing our personal ambitions. Moreover, we must be mindful of maintaining balance in our lives as we pursue our passions. While it is easy to become consumed by our excitement, we must also prioritize our relationships, responsibilities, and spiritual growth. Maintaining a healthy balance allows us to fully enjoy our pursuits without neglecting other important aspects of our lives. Ultimately, increased passion is a powerful indicator that God is opening doors in our lives. It signifies that we are aligning ourselves with His purpose and embracing the opportunities He presents. As we cultivate and nurture our passions, we empower ourselves to step boldly into the doors that God has opened, trusting that He will guide us every step of the way. Each surge of passion is a reminder of God's faithfulness and love, encouraging us to pursue our calling with joy, enthusiasm, and unwavering commitment. Unexpected encounters often signify that God is opening doors you never imagined. These encounters can take various forms: meeting a new person who inspires you, connecting with someone who shares your vision, or receiving guidance from a mentor who offers valuable insights. When these unexpected interactions occur, they often come with a sense of purpose and divine orchestration, revealing how God is intricately weaving our lives together for His greater plans. Think of a time when you met someone by chance and that meeting changed the course of your life. Perhaps it was a casual conversation at a coffee shop or an introduction at a networking event. You might have been drawn to this person for reasons you couldn't quite explain. In those moments, God can use such encounters to open doors and create opportunities that align with your destiny. These connections are often filled with divine timing, allowing you to gain perspectives and insights that lead to new paths of exploration. Unexpected encounters can also serve as confirmations of our prayers and desires. When we seek guidance or clarity in our lives, God often responds by placing people in our path who can provide the wisdom we need. For instance, you might have been praying for direction in your career and then unexpectedly meet someone working in the field you've been considering. Their insights could clarify your thoughts and encourage you to pursue that path. This divine orchestration reinforces the notion that God is actively involved in our lives, guiding us through the people we encounter along the way. Moreover, these encounters can lead to transformative relationships. When God opens doors, He often introduces us to individuals who will challenge, inspire, and uplift us. These relationships can lead to collaborations, partnerships, or friendships that have the power to shape our journeys. As we engage with these individuals, we begin to recognize how God uses our interactions to refine our character and enhance our purpose. The beauty of unexpected encounters lies in their ability to connect us with people who will encourage us to step into the fullness of who we are created to be. It is essential to remain open and receptive to these unexpected encounters. Often, we may be so focused on our plans and pursuits that we overlook the opportunities God places in our path. By cultivating a mindset of awareness and expectation, we can recognize the divine connections that surround us. This openness can lead to serendipitous moments that illuminate our path and provide us with the guidance we seek. In addition, unexpected encounters can bring fresh perspectives into our lives. When we engage with individuals from different backgrounds, cultures, or experiences, we gain insights that challenge our thinking and broaden our understanding. These interactions often lead to personal growth and spiritual development as we learn to appreciate the diversity of God's creation. By embracing these unexpected connections, we enrich our lives and deepen our faith, recognizing that God can speak through anyone and everyone. Furthermore, unexpected encounters can also serve as catalysts for change. When we meet someone who embodies the qualities we admire or aspire to, we may feel inspired to make adjustments in our own lives. These encounters can motivate us to pursue our passions more fervently, step out of our comfort zones, or confront fears that have held us back. God often uses these interactions to prompt us to take action, revealing the doors He wants us to walk through. However, it's essential to approach these encounters with discernment. Not every interaction will lead to a significant opportunity, and we must be wise in our choices. By seeking God's guidance through prayer and reflection, we can gain clarity on which connections to pursue and which to navigate carefully. This discernment ensures that we remain aligned with God's purpose while embracing the opportunities He places before us. Unexpected encounters can also lead to powerful testimonies. When we share the stories of how these interactions have impacted our lives, we inspire others to remain open to the possibilities around them. Our testimonies become stories of God's faithfulness and guidance, encouraging those around us to recognize the divine connections in their own lives. Ultimately, unexpected encounters serve as reminders that God is constantly at work, orchestrating events and relationships for our benefit. When we embrace these divine connections, we open ourselves to new possibilities and pathways that align with God's purpose for our lives. Each unexpected encounter is an invitation to trust in God's plan, knowing that He is leading us toward doors we never imagined could be open. As we navigate our journeys, let us remain attentive to these moments, recognizing them as blessings that reveal the depth of God's love and involvement in our lives. New opportunities for growth often indicate that God is opening doors we never imagined. These opportunities can manifest as chances to develop new skills, learn from challenges, or engage in experiences that stretch us beyond our comfort zones. When we encounter these moments, they often serve as divine invitations to embrace personal and spiritual development, leading us to greater fulfillment and purpose in our lives. Think back to a time when you were presented with an opportunity that challenged you to step outside your comfort zone. Perhaps it was a chance to take on a new role at work, volunteer for a cause you felt passionate about, or embark on a new educational journey. Initially, these opportunities may have felt intimidating or overwhelming. However, as you embraced the challenge, you likely discovered hidden strengths and abilities you didn't know you possessed. This process of growth is a powerful reminder that God often opens doors through the experiences that stretch us, revealing the potential within us to rise to new heights. New opportunities for growth also encourage us to confront our fears and doubts. When we face a situation that requires us to step out in faith, we often find ourselves grappling with uncertainty. This discomfort can be unsettling, but it is also a crucial part of the growth process. God uses these moments to challenge us to rely on Him rather than our own understanding. As we navigate these opportunities, we learn to trust in His guidance and provision, which ultimately strengthens our faith. Each challenge we overcome becomes a testament to God's faithfulness and our capacity to grow through adversity. Additionally, new opportunities for growth often lead to greater self-awareness. When we engage in experiences that push us beyond our limits, we begin to uncover deeper insights about ourselves, our values, passions, and purpose. This self-discovery is essential as it allows us to align our lives with God's plan more effectively. By embracing these opportunities, we gain clarity about who we are and what we are called to do, which enables us to make choices that reflect our true selves. Moreover, new opportunities for growth can foster connections with others who share similar goals and aspirations. When we step into unfamiliar territory, we often encounter individuals who are on a similar journey. These connections can lead to collaborative efforts, mentorship, and support networks that enhance our growth. God uses these relationships to encourage us, challenge us, and provide valuable insights as we navigate our paths. By engaging with others who share our passions, we create a sense of community that enriches our experiences and empowers us to pursue our goals with confidence. In addition to personal growth, these opportunities can also lead to professional advancement. When we are willing to take risks and embrace new challenges, we position ourselves for success in our careers. Whether it's seeking out a promotion, changing industries, or starting a new venture, these opportunities often require us to step out in faith and trust in God's provision. As we take action, we may find that God opens doors we never anticipated, leading us to positions and opportunities that align with our passions and talents. It's important to approach new opportunities for growth with a mindset of curiosity and openness. Instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, we can choose to see them as stepping stones toward our destiny. By maintaining a positive attitude and a willingness to learn, we can navigate these experiences with grace and resilience. This perspective allows us to embrace the unknown, trusting that God is guiding us every step of the way. However, we must also exercise discernment when pursuing new opportunities. Not every opportunity will align with God's purpose for our lives, and it is crucial to seek His guidance through prayer and reflection. By grounding ourselves in God's Word and seeking His direction, we can make informed decisions about which opportunities to pursue and which to pass by. This discernment ensures that we remain focused on God's plans and avoid distractions that may lead us off course. Furthermore, new opportunities for growth often come with a need for commitment and perseverance. As we step into new experiences, we must be willing to invest time and effort into our growth. This dedication is essential for cultivating the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed. It may require sacrifice and hard work, but the rewards of personal and spiritual growth far outweigh the challenges we may face along the way. Ultimately, new opportunities for growth are a powerful indication that God is opening doors we never imagined. They invite us to step boldly into our purpose, embrace challenges, and pursue our passions with unwavering faith. As we engage with these opportunities, we become more attuned to God's leading, allowing Him to shape us into the individuals He has called us to be. Each new opportunity is a reminder that God's plans for our lives are far greater than we can comprehend, encouraging us to trust in His guidance and embrace the journey of growth that lies ahead. As we reflect on the signs that reveal God is opening doors we never imagined, we recognize the incredible journey we are invited to embark upon. Unexplained opportunities increase passion, unexpected encounters, and new avenues for growth serve as divine invitations, encouraging us to embrace our purpose with courage and faith. Each sign is a testament to God's love and faithfulness, reminding us that He is intricately involved in every aspect of our lives. When we remain open to these signs, we position ourselves to receive the abundant blessings that God has in store for us. We are called to step out in faith, trusting that He will guide our steps and illuminate the paths ahead. As we navigate the doors He opens, let us embrace the challenges, connect with others, and seek opportunities for growth, knowing that with each step we take, we are fulfilling the destiny He has designed for us. In this beautiful journey of discovery, we find not only our purpose, but also a deeper relationship with our Creator. As we walk through the doors God opens, let us move forward with confidence, passion, and an unwavering belief in His plans for our lives. The opportunities ahead may be beyond our imagination, but we serve a God who is limitless in His ability to bless us, guide us, and bring forth His purpose through us. Let us step boldly into the future, trusting that God is faithful to fulfill His promises and that the best is yet to come. Thank you. God bless you.